All right, here we go. Back at it again. Another great day of racing for this weekend. We've already talked about what's happening with Travers Day at Saratoga. Now let's get into what's happening at Kentucky Downs and at Del Mar, where there's, I believe, great chance for value at both venues. All right, let's take a look at what's happening with this. It's the Grade 1 Kentucky Downs Ladies Turf Sprint. Saturday at Kentucky Downs, going to go 6.5 furlongs. It's on the turf. It's race number 7. So we get some runners that we know, right? Ag Bullet is going to be tough, and has some speed. Chloe has some speed, and Our Time has some speed. The one thing you don't often see are speed duels at Kentucky Downs, because that course with the undulating and then going uphill in the stretch, it's just kind of tricky. So, but speed can carry, and that's exactly what Ag Bullet did last year when she ran in this race. Got the lead and just took them all the way around. And no one really challenged her at all. And she's got that kind of speed where she's really dangerous if you don't challenge her. But she can be had. She can be had if you can get out there and challenge her on the front end. So the last 2 times she's won the race, no challenge at all on the front end. I think she might get a little challenge. This runner, Chloe, likes to be forwardly placed. I think has enough speed to engage if they choose to. Ben Curtis is a very, very smart young rider, and we'll see what they choose to do. I don't think that they can let Ag Bullet kind of get out there and dictate the fractions. It's not going to work out. And then there's In Our Time, another runner who's got some speed. Now, Micah Husband's not necessarily a send rider, but he's going to have to be. If you let Ag Bullet get out there and get a breather, you're not going to catch her. So I feel like one of these 2 fillies will engage. And like I say, you don't often see a speed duel, but I think it's going to be enough to set it up. So you have to have a philosophy or an approach for unique tracks like Kentucky Downs. My thing has always been stamina, stamina, stamina. Because as I mentioned, it's the European undulating course. And then you're going slightly uphill when you get into the stretch. So I always want horses either turning back, right, with some speed. That's usually what I want to see. And that's what we get with Vina Arana. Now, this is a runner that has not done the 6.5, but I'm okay with what she was been doing, going a mile, going 7 furlongs on synthetic. I'm okay with that. I like that run. I like what happened last time out in the Nassau, that Grade 2 at Woodbine last month. Decent fraction, sat off, ran them down. They get a similar situation here, I believe, and they'll be able to run them down. Has to be somewhat similar, the undulating course at Kentucky Downs has to be somewhat similar to what they do there at Leopardstown in Ireland, because she was going a mile there and made that move and just barely lost by 3/4 of a length. I think she's going to be in a great spot, and more importantly, I think she represents huge value. That's the big price. We're going to get it all on Saturday. That's awesome. Now we go across the country to the West Coast. Last time we were at Del Mar, we had an okay week. Sorrento Sky was our selection in the Green Flash, and the horse floated up in odds. I think we ended up getting, did we get 16 to 1 on that? Something like that. We got a great price on that horse. We were very happy with that win wager. The rest of the runners did not work out for us. So we feel like we know what we're doing at Del Mar, and we've got the Grade 2 Pat O'Brien Stakes Saturday at Del Mar. 7 furlongs is your distance on the dirt. It'll be race number 9. You see the green dash from the horses that can be forwardly placed. Doesn't mean that they need to be, but they can be. And I would suspect that maybe 2 of them want to go. I think the number 1 horse that wants to go is Bartholdi. And Bartholdi is a runner that I think has nice early speed. And I think Tyler Bays is kind of the right rider for this runner, because I think he has a great gauge as to when to go out there and steal away like he did last time out going a mile, and when to sit back and try to make something happen, which he'll probably try to split the difference coming up in the Pat O'Brien. But he has to be forwardly placed. I don't think he's good enough to close. He'll have some company. Bob Baffert runner, March of Time, stepping up big time, but the horse has early speed, and this is one of those situations where Bob will get somewhat sneaky, because you can't necessarily see the speed on the page with this horse, although I feel like I can see it. But you haven't seen the horse go out there and dominate gate to wire like you see Bob Baffert horses do for 30 years. So I think the horse is going to get out there on the front end, and I think that's going to make a big difference. Now, this next runner is interesting because Hall of Famer Kent DeSormo is in the irons, and he's ridden this one quite a few times. And this horse does have tracking speed. They can't control the pace, but they've got tracking speed, so I feel like Kent will not want to be too far back. And if he's too far back, I don't think they have the kind of kick that will work in a sprint race. But I think that this horse does. This is Moonlight, and Moonlight is the kind of horse I love in a situation like this. He's getting better, and he's new to the sprint game. But something happened last time out in the Bing Crosby where he just kind of figured it out at the end, and he made a really strong move. Okay, now I think Victor Espinoza say, okay, I see what you want to do, buddy. And I think they'll get a better trip coming up in the Pat O'Brien Stakes. And I think if they get the better trip, they're going to win, and we're going to get great value on a horse that's definitely under the radar, and people are not going to think this horse is good enough to win this race. I do, and we're going to make all the money. Then we're going to move on to race number 10, Grade 2 Del Mar Handicap, Saturday at Del Mar, 1 3/8 on the turf course. This is a problem for everybody because there's literally no speed in the race going 1 3/8. It's a huge question mark as to what's going to happen. Because here's the deal. The only runner with speed is this runner to the outside, Paxawallop. Emiseo Jaramillo is a send assertive rider, so we know where they're going to go. They're going straight for the lead. Here's the thing. This horse is... I'm not sure if they're going to be able to carry it all the way around, but I know they're going to be out there in the front end. I don't think that they are good enough to hold off the entire field. I feel like this runner will be able to sit somewhat close with Joel Rosario. They have to stay close. They don't want to challenge. They let the horse go ahead and get maybe 2 lengths out there at the most. And I think if they do that, they can reel in Paxawallop. I would suggest you pretty much use Paxawallop and what other closer you think you want to use in this race. But I'm going to take old pal. Joel Rosario's riding exceptionally well. He's back. The old Joel is back. And I think he's going to be in a good spot, especially when you look at what they did last time out in the California Dreamin', going 1 16. That's exactly where he needs to be for this race. 2 lengths back. That's it. And he'll be able to run them down. And I don't know how much value we're going to get. We might get decent value since old pal, yeah, we might get something. It might not be that bad. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to rock with old pal and hopefully get a good trip, don't get too far away from that speed, and score in the Grade 2 Del Mar Handicap. All right, that's how we do it on Horse Race Bets. In the meantime, in between time, until next time, I'm Ken Rudulph, wishing you nothing but good luck. I mean, seriously, you need good racing luck to make some things happen, and I hope that you enjoy whatever you're into.